If you ever wondered what wearables actually move the needle, yeah, we're talking wearables today with myself and Jon Andersen. Can you believe it? This morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. Yeah, true story. Wearables this morning coming up live. Hey, Neiman, let's get the show on the road right now. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. It's live right now. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
when something negative comes up.
Building muscle improves blood flow.
From squirting to squirreling.
Start small, build up, and expand from there.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Has my sleep been good? That's
Doesn't come from breaking the rules, you guys. Hey. Yeah, that's an opener. Good morning, Holroyd. Good morning, Maddie. The roof man is in the house this morning. So is the OG himself, Adam Holroyd. Good morning, nation. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. This is your live morning show experience, your daily accountability partner. We cost nothing. All you got to do is get up and show up 8 o'clock live Eastern time, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. We are the place for motivating content, true story, entertaining conversation, and zero mother fluff. Today, we're going to crap open the Wearable Truth Serum because performance isn't a vibe, you guys. It's a repeatable system. Yeah, true story. Ask Andersen about that one. Ask how many pumps it takes to put the lotion on the body. Jon Andersen's got an answer for that. Before we roll, I got something for you. Do the things to keep the lights on for the show. Yes, like it, subscribe it, and jump into the comments. We got a whole word. We got Maddie. We got Melissa over in the vertical. The horizontal stream. YouTube's combining them all together, but for now, we got 2 streams happening live on this show. And hey, this is an R-rated experience. Sometimes it gets X-rated. Hey, we're talking Lily Phillips OnlyFans today, so I suspect it's going to be an X-rated show. So if you got children around, well, tell the children they're going to learn a few things here today. Or put the headphones on, or just walk them out of the room. And hey, guys, you hit that snooze button? You hit it? Fuck, man. Why would you hit the snooze button? You're 9 minutes behind the guy who's already ahead of you. Are you an average man, my friend? Are you an average man? If you're an average man, keep hitting the snooze button. Because average men don't show up here Mornings in the Lab with Mike Sullivan, myself, Adam Holroyd, good time. Maddie Roof, nope, no snooze button happening over here. You're 9 minutes behind the guy who's already ahead of you and you can't catch up. Although, we give permission to begin again. So if you hit it this morning, get back to bed and get up and get after it tomorrow. Hey guys, this morning in the morning loop, hour one. Hey, listen, we're going to start spicy. A whole lot of people might be unintentionally part of a Lily Phillips OnlyFans stunt. Yes, real talk for men navigating attention economics without letting the algorithm rent space in your head. And we got some current events here today. Hey, have you ever wondered why meteors or asteroids don't fall out of Earth and hit people in the head? I do. Yeah, true story. I actually have those thoughts in my head. But hey, what happens if one landed on your car while you were driving? Well, a little story coming out. We're going to talk about it this morning. A mystery object smashed straight into a Tesla. Yeah. A new study flags long-term melatonin use with higher heart rate failure risk. We're going to talk about that here today and what that means for your I'll fix sleep with a gummy habit. Speaking of habit stacking, I got something funny this morning to get with you guys. I can't see, I said to Neiman, I can't see. Scientists are mass-producing octopus camouflage pigment. Yes. I'm going to wear camo to the show tomorrow so you guys can't see me. Yeah, true story. And the ISS is preparing for a 2030 Pacific splashdown. We talked about it yesterday. The space station has been up there for 25 some odd years with humans coming and going. They're going to splash it down coming up in the next number of years. And a humanoid robot ran a torch relay in China. Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, the world is going to hell in a handbasket there, Neiman. But hey, we are happy to lead the live conversation here every day, 8 o'clock live. Eastern time on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Hey, center stage, we got a guy here today, Marcus Hopkins, or is his name Victorious Marcus? Marcus Hopkins, Victorious Marcus. He went from homeless dreamer to partnering with Meta, Rihanna, and Richard Branson. We're going to pull a thread on audacious goals, persistence that outlasts the algorithm, and the systems that Marcus, or Victoria's Marcus, built when the resume said no fucking chance. Hour 2, we're going to get into some deep dive conversation around wearables. Yep. We're going to talk about wearables here today. Yeah, so smart rings, watches, bands. We'll see how that one goes because we know how our analog brother, Johnny, is all about the journal and the piece of pencil. And then, hey, we're going to revisit something we talked about last week, and I'm eager to talk about this one, your sleep score. The number you see, how it affects the rest of your day. And then leadership gets tactical with crisis on purpose. 5 hacks from manufacturing a challenge. We're going to talk about controlled adversity, how to build stress that you choose. So the stress that you don't choose doesn't break you. And hey, coming up at the bottom of the second hour, of course, we got our very own Maya Reyes wrapping it up with the Community Corner, spotlighting stories from YouTube, LinkedIn, and Substack. So guys, here's the invitation. Grab the coffee, settle in, and let's get after it. Nation, the morning loop, it's going to begin right now.
Another day, another chance to get after it. That's a true story. And another chance for Pitcher to see his favorite Uncle Johnny. Hey, so we've got an awesome guest joining the lab. The guy's cousin is blues legend Lightnin' Hopkins. Marcus, though, he's a beast. Went from being homeless to landing 2,000-plus brand deals. Stick around for that story, fellas. But first, mornings in the lab wouldn't be mornings in the lab without ridiculous conversations. Like how many people could be unknowingly involved in Lily Phillips' OnlyFans stunt? Except for John. He probably doesn't even know who she is. So you're safe, big guy. All right, nation. Today's show is going to be another awesome one. Settle in and let's get it going. Keith, John, Marty, let's go.
We are a live show. It's happening right now. You can join us live. We're in the Mornings in the Lab community. To join the show, 431-300-3005. Phone, text, or leave a voicemail. Second hour, we'll open the phone lines up. Ever since Lady Drew stopped hanging out with us, the phone lines have been admittedly less active during the show. So come say hi in the comments on the vertical, horizontal stream. And hey, if you're not watching the show live, I got an invitation for you. Yep, come hang out. Join us, 8 o'clock live, right here on the big YouTube channel. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. All right, Sterling and Preston put a few things on the table for us to talk about today, which I'm quite eagerly excited about today. I'm going to get to them here in a quick second after I hit a couple of tabs on my browser here. The first one I do want to get into is this conversation happening over in Southern Australia. So, have you guys ever wondered why more shit doesn't fall out of the sky? And why we don't hear more news about it, just like dropping everywhere? And hey, Holroyd, you ever wondered that? Sully, you ever wondered that? I have. Maddie, you ever wondered that? You're like, so why isn't more shit just falling on the earth on us? Well, apparently, a Tesla. Of course, it's a fucking Tesla. Like, of course, right? It couldn't be a Ford or a GM. It's got to be a Tesla. Yeah, because it's attached to science and shit falling out of the sky. It's Tesla. Well, apparently, a Tesla driving along the Augusta Highway in Australia was struck by a mysterious object believed to be a meteorite. Yeah. Potentially marking the first documented. Good morning, Anderson. Documented case that we're talking about a meteor falling out of the sky and landing on a Tesla that's moving.
No shit.
So I've often wondered why this doesn't happen more often. Like I actually have those conversations with myself in my head. Like why don't more shit fall out of the sky and fall into the roofs of our cars or the windshields of our, like why aren't more people hurt in these situations?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I guess, you know, well, I mean, you figure it just had to be hit a Tesla because then it makes people think.
Well, it's funny because yeah, if it was a GM, nobody's paying attention. But because it's got a Tesla and it's got got to make a big deal of it. And here's something else I wonder. How come more people aren't killed by bullets being shot into the air? And I'm being actually serious right now.
Well, I think, and I could be way wrong, maybe they've developed better technology. I've heard that a bullet, it can only go so far, or it'll disintegrate.
Oh, really? We have to bring Grok.
I mean, granted, that is just a straight up what I heard. This could be like when they were all fucking lead bullets. I don't know.
Oh no, Johnny. This is from the they team, eh? Oh yeah, they told me that the bullet disintegrates, and you're like, oh, who's they,
well,
John?
I got a family full of fucking gun lovers. I just don't. I
don't
love guns, so it's people that like.
Yeah.
Because I remember the story dates back to my grandfather giving me a fucking big bow. Right, it's called a big bear, black bear bow. And he said, "Look," he goes, "Do not fire this thing." So, I mean, this thing would go a long ways. This thing go 300-400 yards if you put it in like a 45-degree angle. Yeah. I could barely string it myself. It was that hard. Anyway, he goes, "Don't put this thing up in the air straight up because you'll lose sight of this thing, and it will come back down. And if it gets you, it might be the end." And he said something that, unlike a bullet that will disintegrate, that's where it's coming from.
Yeah. Hey, Grok, I got a question for you. How come more people don't die by bullets being shot into the sky? Grok, are you listening? Because you're not making good radio right now.
She came up on the screen.
Yeah, I saw her start talking. Okay, I'll have to reset her here. Hey, Grok, I know you can hear me. Hey, Grok, why don't more people die by having guns shooting bullets into the sky and having the bullets fall to Earth?
They do, actually. So thankfully, it's rare. Bullets fired into the air lose most of their speed, but can still hit the ground at 60 miles per hour, enough to crack a skull, rupture an eardrum, puncture a lung. It's happened before. Kids at weddings, New Year countdowns, just dumb airborne roulette. Most just don't land pointy end first.
No thankfully. Shit. So there you go, Johnny. So it basically loses its velocity as it goes up there. And I knew that.
So it would be like if somebody dropped a bullet from,
an airplane
500 yards, 500 yards in the sky.
Yeah.
It's just got its gravity velocity at that point.
That's it. Yeah.
Ask her if there was a point where bullets disintegrated, like maybe way back before the technology was there.
Hey, Grok, did bullets ever disintegrate?
Bullets don't disintegrate. They're just too sturdy. Steel, lead, copper jackets, they don't rust or flake off that fast. If they're lucky, they'll tumble in the air and lose spin, become a flat spinner like a coin.
Oh, there's what it is, Johnny. Yeah, the flat spinner like a coin, right? So then it just becomes...
so it's not going to come straight back down.
Yeah.
I was saying my grandpa was just probably trying to sweeten the story to get me not to do. And of course, what I do, as soon as he's gone, I fire that fucker straight up in the air.
That's what you do. I was working at a grocery store years ago, and back when the old Menthols Diet Coke craze was happening. I don't know if you remember that. You put the Menthols in Diet Coke and you could explode them. And I remember it was kind of busting in the news, whatever it was. We were in the back room there. Dude, all the bosses were like, "Don't be doing that." Okay, they're gone. Fuck, just emptying pallets in the back alley of Cokes and Menthols shooting off into the sky.
Dude, I swear to God, I fired that thing straight up in the air, and I'm watching and I'm going, fuck, he was right. And then I took off fucking running. He said, what he told me was, don't fucking run. He said, if you do it, stand still. He goes, because guaranteed there's some wind that will blow it somewhere.
Yeah.
And you don't know where it's going to blow. And so later when I got ballsy, actually, I would fire it up in the air, not full bore where I could see it. And I would test his theory. It would land 30, 40 feet away.
Fucking funny, man. Good morning, Seasoned Strength. I appreciate your wisdom there in the comments. Bullets will reach terminal velocity on the way down, which is slower than what's coming out of the muzzle. Yeah. And then Adam, you're right, man. It's space's revenge. Elon's been throwing stuff up there for years. And it's like, nah, fuck, we're giving it back to you is what. And then, of course, Roofy's offering the Roofy, I appreciate your science experience, brother. Gravity, right? Yes, I know gravity, but I just wonder why more people don't get smacked up in the head with this shit. Hey, John, switching gears big time. I had something funny for you this morning. Have you ever found yourself, I know you're a massive systems guy and your habit stacks. Have you ever found yourself missing a stack as part of your habit and you're like, holy fuck, I actually missed doing that? Like an obvious one. Like
something I forgot to do or something I needed to put in.
No, something you forgot to do that you do every single day that's so fucking obvious. I got a funny one for you this morning. Happened to me.
You know, sometimes it's like if like I might go like if we go to a hotel, if my environment gets totally changed and I don't have time to settle in that night.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what, because if I review everything before I go to sleep, I just wake up and it happens. But if it's one of those where I'm like, you know, my review is poor or, you know, whatever the situation is, like perfect example, I go to a hotel. I am not going to say, okay, I'm going to go to the weight room at this time, walk the stairwell. I go find the weight room.
Yes.
I find the closest stairwell. So it's already, I know exactly. I'm not waking up in the morning, fucking wandering around trying to problem solve. Nobody fucking, the guy at the fucking front desk, he's nowhere to be found at 3 in the morning.
No. So this morning I go through my normal habit. I get up, shower, count my Johnnies in, brush my teeth, do my thing, and take the dogs out, have my coffee. I'm sitting down this morning having coffee, getting my shit started.
Hold on.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Did you say I'm doing my thing? I'm in the shower. I'm counting my Johnny. You're counting about me in the shower. Tell me those are separate tasks.
Oh, Hunter, well, this morning they may have been kind of co-joined tasks. Maybe that was
Lauren, help me over here.
Oh no, Lauren got her fill. We're both living longer after yesterday's activities. I can assure you.
Does she know that you count with me in the shower?
Oh, she knows, all right.
You fucking weirdo. I love you.
I'm sitting down, I'm having coffee, talking to Neiman, getting our day started, and I'm going to myself, like my brain's figuring, like it's acting like it's foggy. I'm like, why is it so fucking dark? Like, why am I having trouble seeing? I'm looking around. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Go poke my eye. Forgot to put my contact lenses in.
Dude, yeah.
Like, what am I? Like, it's
like sometimes you forget to brush your teeth or something. I'm like, oh, you fucking sick bastard.
But just like this obvious stack on a habit.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Like, I don't know actually how I missed that part of my morning. It's so bizarre because I'm wandering around. I'm like, why? Like, I thought I was like, why the fuck can't I see here today?
Dude, speaking of brushing teeth and morning routines, now I've been fucking running late and I had to make a change, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was really uneventful getting my shitting schedule to change. So I said, okay, I need to couple something with that so that I chew up some time because normally I'm shitting, I'm doing like reading or doing something like that. Yeah. So I started, if I have to go back for a third shit, I'm now brushing my teeth during that third shit. Because that's the 5 minutes, the 4 minutes that's been jacking me up.
Yes, there you go. That's funny, dude. I'm telling you, man. Like yourself, when you're constrained to a time that you're committed to, right? There's 8 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. It's non-negotiable, right? It's like it's what it is.
And another thing I realized too, when Terry reset the clock in the fucking kitchen on the stove, she set it 2 minutes fast. Excuse me, 2 minutes slow. It used to be like 4 minutes fast.
So let me ask you this.
So what's that?
Are you one of those dudes where if there's clocks next to each other, they got to be the same? I am.
No. I'm saying I have one clock that I gauge the time to start to head out to the studio.
Okay.
And that fucker used to be fast. Now it's slow. So I'm like, I'm not fucking with my phone. So I'm humping out here. I'm like, dude, how the fuck did I lose 3 minutes? Because when I realized today that fucking clock is different than it was before daylight savings.
So my neurosis creeps in. So my microwave is over here, and we got there's some other gadget over here, and the clocks is next to each other. And I got a clock on my wrist, right? Obviously my watch, right? My phone. So when I'm setting the clock, if something has to reset, dude, I'm neurotic to make sure they match or somewhat match. I can't look at a clock side by side and have them being different times. It drives me fucking nuts. Because I'm like, which is the right time?
Not to. I know. I'm with you.
Can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of lucky with this kitchen setup.
Yeah.
There's not a bunch of clocks in one eye shot.
Oh.
You'd have to be doing this.
Yes. I know exactly what you mean. Michael Global comes in. Johnny, 118 people were hit from bullets fired into the air in the last 40 years. A third died. U.S. I love you, Global. Thanks for bringing that knowledge to the table. I don't know why I'm segueing to this, but just a quick little caveat here. Hey, Dick Cheney died this morning. News broke this morning. Dick Cheney, one of the most, I would say, influential, consequential, provocative vice presidents of our time. 84 years old.
He was a Bush guy, wasn't he?
He was, yeah, absolutely, yeah. He was Bush Cheney, yeah. He was on the Republican side. Not everybody loved him. Not everybody hated him. He certainly was a polarizing figure. He was a very active vice president, not like previous vice presidents, but yeah, he passed today.
Sometimes the vice president's just a good-looking fucking guy to get votes.
That's exactly right.
You're thinking, Jesus Christ, if the main guy fucking croaks, we are in trouble.
Yeah,
this motherfucker spends too much time on his hair.
Yes. It's not lost upon me too that he passes on election day in the United States. It's elections for you today here in the States, so there will be see, and you know, it's obviously a big day for New York City. There's a big, massive mayoral election in New York City. That's I think going to be an interesting situation that's happening over there in New York City today. I always get fascinated by the theater of the world. Yeah, absolutely,
dude. I listen to this. Total fucking off topic.
Yeah, good.
I'm trying to fucking catch up on my sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I changed my nap schedule yesterday. Terry had all day in the beauty appointment.
Okay.
This is the day where our youngest daughter, she's at school all day. So I was in the house by myself. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm going to do?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get all my shit done. It's at 2 o'clock. I had everything I needed to get done. So normally I'd take my nap around 11, wake up, get back to my shit, right? And I knew Terry was going to be back late. So we were, you know, and everybody's going to be back late. So I laid down, I say 2, probably a little before 2. Dude, I slept 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. And I woke up and I was like, I purposely didn't. Normally, I totally undressed to take a nap. Didn't do it because I was like, I got this feeling I'm going to fall asleep. It's going to be hard to get back up.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear to God. Thank God. I mean, it took me, once I woke up, I was fine. But dude, yeah. I'm logging the shit that I was.
No shit. Well, and you grabbed yourself a 3-hour nap a couple days ago too. So you're just you're kicking that back, eh? Wow.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy, and you know, you don't just gain a couple hours and fix everything.
No,
it's this slow. I mean, it's actually, I love that I'm going through this because it's like this time I'm paying really close attention to the process of recharging, and the best description I can give of someone is, it's like when you wear your fucking phone out to where it dies.
Yeah,
you plug that thing in, it doesn't even register for 5 minutes.
Yes.
So I was in that. Okay, I'm charging, but I can't even tell. That's where I started.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Now I'm starting to say, oh, fuck, I got 5%.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't, you know, I'd been here after bodybuilding contests, and after bodybuilding contests, you just kind of spend a couple of weeks as a jellyfish. That's just kind of what you do.
I can imagine it. You're just yeah.
I've never done it. I've never done this to myself with business, you know, so.
Matty Roof. Yes. I hadn't heard that one. I'm heading out to vote soon. I agree, Matt. If you can't bitch if you don't vote. So that's how, you know, you and I'm a big proponent of that. You have to shut up unless you're going to exercise your opportunity to vote. Once you vote, offer every opinion you want. And I'll support you, and I'll debate you, and I'll listen to you. But if you don't vote, then I'm not going to listen to you. As simple as that.
Sometimes voting is very much like going to a fucking barbecue that you have to show up to.
Yes.
And you basically are forced to deal with. You're forced, especially when you're eating. You have to find the lesser evil. That's all you're searching for.
Dude, so well said, brother. So articulate.
So you just got to realize it's like you're not getting what you want.
Yep.
So pick the one that's the closest.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Or go away. Just don't, you know, democracy only works when we go to a barbecue and we make it work. Right? So that's a great analogy.
If not enough people go to the fucking barbecue, right? Then the whole thing is it's just set up.
Great example. You're right, Global. Something to be said for your comment there. Cheney started the 21st century war 21st century with war, which was perhaps not needed. Certainly an argument to be made for that. Hey, speaking of sleeping, man. So, I pride myself on finding stuff for us to talk about and have awareness on. There was a large study, 130,000 adults with insomnia. Probably the average man, Andersen, so just paraphrase your brackets there, has linked long-term melatonin use to a 90% higher risk of heart failure and nearly double the risk of death. The findings were announced Monday by the American Heart Association. And how it worked, John, was the researchers analyzed electronic health records and found that people using melatonin for at least a year were 3.5 times more likely to be hospitalized for heart failure, even after adjusting for 40 health and demographic factors. And the lead study author called the results striking, but the experts stress, and here's where I wanted to paraphrase it. Ears up, guys. Experts stress that the study shows correlation, not causation. Big difference there. Correlation, not causation. In other words, the melatonin is not causing it. It's just correlated to it, Johnny.
That's because the average man doesn't take care of himself. And so he runs to things that he hears are going to help him sleep.
Yes.
Melatonin's at the top of the list. I can't, brother. I cannot tell you how many people, this is perfect. I have a guy came to me, he's Australian. He came to me about 4 months ago.
Yes.
He said he would sleep like 3 hours and he'd fucking wake up like a zombie, and he would be up and he would fucking be eating, and he'd be eating shit.
Yeah.
Right. Because he's not making good decisions. You know, you're in that kind of that different state. Right.
Yes. Yes.
And his fucking sleep was terrible. And he's like, I need you to help me with this. I need to lose body. Well, he need to lose body fat first. He thought that the sleep was apnea and blah, blah, blah. And,
okay.
And I said, look, I think we can put a big dent in this. I said, but what are we going to do? I said, you're not going to want to hear this, but we're going to really focus on giving your body what it wants in terms of the micronutrients and the hydration and all the things. Yeah. So because your body's not relaxing at night. He started sleeping through the night last week. So 3 months on basically a low inflammation, high micronutrient diet completely changed his sleep.
No
completely.
Shit.
No extra medication. If anything, we remove stuff.
Yeah. How does it feel now?
Oh, he's fucking can't believe it. He's a really successful dude. He says his companies are crushing.
That's awesome.
But think like this. Like when we're waiting, we're like a kid before Christmas. You can't fucking sleep because you're waiting for the morning. Well, when you get the body really malnourished, it's going, okay, motherfucker, you ate all the shit you wanted. When are you going to give me what I want? I need to survive.
Yes.
So your body just gets more and more anxious waiting to get what it needs so it can relax, so its survival is not threatened anymore.
Yes.
And then to worse the case, the longer you have to prove to the body, hey, this is going to keep coming.
Yes.
It took 3 months for this guy to start sleeping through the night. But he noticed in the first, by the second or third week, he noticed that he was actually sleeping longer, that he wasn't waking up after 3 hours. It first turned to 4. And then when he did wake up, we got him going to eat almonds and shit like that. So he wasn't just polluting himself with sugar. Right? Because he's basically crushing himself with the inflammation, which just makes the fucking body even more anxious.
That's exactly. Hey, Marcus, I see you there in the vertical stream, Marcus. I'll get you set up on the horizontal stream as well, brother. Just check those instructions there. I'll get you open 2 tabs, one in the vertical, one in the horizontal. We'll get you here up on the show here. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Keith and John here on Mornings Alive with Keith, John, and friends. Johnny, I got a confession this morning. I did a dumb shit thing last night. Yep, true story. And as I went through it, I said to myself, all right, well, I'm going to talk about it on the show because that's the only reason the show works is when we pull ourselves and our dumb shit decisions to the show. So I've been telling you that I've been diligent at getting to bed so I don't make dumb decisions after 8 o'clock. Well, I made a dumb decision between 7 and 8 o'clock last night, and perhaps just because the hour was fucked up or because whatever it was, but and it's crazy, man, because it just, and I'm just gonna tell the story straight as it was. It's like I mindlessly went through it. I'll get to what happened. I mindlessly went through it, and then I sat on the couch, and as I was doing it, I was like, "You stupid son of a bitch!
Yeah, what are you doing?"
It's exactly what it was. So I finished.
Did you get that like hurry up? So before I talk myself out of eat this.
You know exactly.
The anxious fucking getting it down. You see someone doing that, and you look at them and go, "What is wrong with you?"
Then you know what I did? I'll tell you more, brother. And then I finished it and I hit it behind what I was working on.
Addict behavior.
Oh fuck, man! So then I finished it and put it behind what I was working on, so I didn't look at it. Right? I was like, "You fucking stupid idiot." And then I was like, "So what I like to have at night is I like to have a little bit of peanut butter in a bowl and put maybe some chocolate chips, some raisins, and some oats, and just it's like It's satiating. It makes me feel happy. There's nothing good about it.
I gotta send you this recipe I have. It's only gonna help you, and it's like kind of like a pudding. It fucking tastes amazing.
Do that,
Coconut
please. So,
flavored.
Yeah. So I fucking crushed it last night, and it's funny, John, and you've done it too. As you're making it, your brain's going, "What are you doing?" And you're just doing it.
Yeah, fuck, dude. You just keep
I love seeing your smile because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, and you're doing your best to talk yourself out, but the problem is, at that point, the addictive center's been triggered.
No, you're already swimming. You're in the water.
Yeah, you're just as in trouble as fucking the heroin addict here and the dealer knock on the door. Nobody's gonna say anything that's gonna make him think it's not good.
Nope. So Lauren was on the phone in a meeting. I walked by her with my fucking jar, my little bowl of goodness there. What
was it? What'd you put in there extra?
Oh, nothing. Just my normal peanut butter, my chocolate chips, my raisins, just my normal shit. But it's just I can't eat it.
Oh, you mean you weren't doing it before and you did it again?
Well, I did it again last night. Like I've been working hard on getting rid of it out of my. I've been working hard to get it out of my evening habits, and to get it out of my evening habit is going to bed on time, because I notice that as I approach that 8 to 9 o'clock hour, my body's like, okay, it's time to go treat yourself.
Well, let me have a suggestion for you, brother.
Please.
There's nothing wrong with having something, before bed that's satisfying, right? Especially if it's a reward system. You know what? I did everything I was supposed to do. I get that tonight.
Yes.
But let me send you that recipe when you get something, it's going to help your digestion. It's going to give you protein. It's going to give you essential fats and no fucking sugar. So to help you sleep.
Yeah. So we are completely on the same page.
I'll do it right fucking now, brother.
Please, thank you.
Yeah, it's literally a fucking recording. You're gonna hear me say, "Okay, this is what you do."
My guilt comes from because I know better, and I keep doing it.
Yes,
that's what it is.
Fucking worst, dude.
Right? So
it's the worst.
So my choice is I can come on the show and I've said this. I said it to Roof all along. I can come on the show and pretend to be a hypocrite, or I can come on the show and share my truths. Well, I'm going to share my truths because my truths help me move forward. So tonight, my goal is not to do what happened last night and make better decisions. I appreciate your text here. We got a question. Brawl MMA. What exercises do your shoulder? What exercises do you do for shoulders? Man is built different. True story. Brawl MMA. Short question for Johnny.
Man is built different.
No. Yeah. He said man is. Yeah. And essentially, you are built different is what he's saying.
I got you. Well, I guess the first thing I would say is it's 30 years of consistency. Shoulders are kind of always been some of my favorite things to lift. So people would call that my pet lift. Right?
Oh yeah.
Then some people, it's the arms, right? Arms have never been interesting to me. Then on top of that, what really set this thing off for me was the fact that when I was in strength, right, we did all sorts of overhead pressing, which was something that I was always at the top of the leaderboard with. So very regularly, I would take like 4 plates aside, snap it off the fucking ground to here, and press it overhead, 3, 5, 6 times. And I did that, regularly for the course of a decade. So when you're putting that type of a load on your shoulders, it's kind of like when you see that arm wrestler and he's still got the fucking yoked arms because he spent so much fucking time doing what he does.
I think that's often overlooked, is that, and it's funny because Lauren just joined the conversation here. She's often questioned and she's like, well, this is just really 30 years of accumulative work. Right.
Well, so true, brother. So true. And I ask the question all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. How many people do you know, other than their job, like meaning what they do, their survival mechanism to stay alive with money? How many people do you know on this planet that have done something and not missed for 30 fucking plus years?
It's true. Yes.
So you take all those people and you put them in a bucket. They've become really fucking good, and they're very different than the average man in whatever they committed.
Yes.
Put me in that bucket.
Brawl comes back with a comment. Can I share my little story? I want a little advice from you guys, as you guys have a hell of a lot of experience and I have actually seen life. Tell us, Brawl, what's shaking, brother? Tell us what is shaking there. Hey, Marcus, if you can get yourself into the horizontal stream, that would be helpful, man. I see you in the vertical stream there, but we want to get you into the horizontal stream as well, Marcus. So I can see you there. Just make sure you check the and
it's a test, Marcus. It's a test.
It's a test to see if you follow the instructions, brother. And that's how it works here on the show here. But yeah, I just saw him drop out there, Melissa, as well. But yeah, so it's funny, Johnny, because Lauren hears it often, which is, oh, I love your shoulders, I love your arms, and like, what's the magic? Like, can I do it in 2 weeks? And she's like, well, it's like 30 years of decisions, 30 years of good eating, good sleeping, making good decisions. It's
well, and you know that she actually says that better because yes, I explained what I was doing physically.
Yes.
But it's the way I was living my life that even allowed that to happen.
That's exactly it. Right. And it's you know what's funny about this is that nobody let's flip the coin, right? Nobody ever questions somebody about why their health or why they look the way they look through accumulative decisions, and they have diabetes or they have bad heart or they have bad health. Right. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. So you can
it's so true. I mean, okay, we're in a society now where someone goes to a TRT clinic and gets put on, say, testosterone, maybe some growth hormone, which is basically trying to create a better life.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So they go and get on 2 or 3 medications because this is what it is. It's medication. Yes. Right. And people fucking flip out about that. Like, oh my God. And they have all these fucking problems. But you can be on fucking 5 or 6 medications that are just trying to keep you alive. And it's okay. Very accepted.
100%. Well, I love Lauren's comment here. Hey, Victorious, I see you in the Victorious. I can see you in the vertical stream, brother. There's instructions in your inbox. I need you to get onto the horizontal stream as well. We have 2 streams here. There's instructions for you to follow, my friend. So I would invite you to check that out here.
Victorious, when you're in that menu, you're going to see one that says live, right? You're going to click onto that one, but then you're going to go to your next browser and you're going to see more on the left-hand side. Click that. It'll drop down another one that says live.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And Lauren's like, and Johnny, you probably hear this too from time to time. The worst is when someone says you must have good genetics. That is the worst, right? Because it's like there's this assumption that you didn't put the work in. It's like, oh, Lauren.
I can't. I don't have good genetics.
Yes.
Relinquishing accountability.
Yes.
Dude, did you see the pictures I put on my Instagram?
Yes.
I put them in. I didn't put them as a carousel because when you carousel them, you can't fucking schedule them. Right.
Okay.
The first one was me at 11 years old, putting on football pads, nice and porked up. Right. Then the next one, once you went out 3 hours later, was me at 41. And that's literally 30 years of fucking commitment.
Yes.
And if you find the grid, they'll be side by side.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. It says me at 11, next one, me at 41.
Yeah, no genetics there. It's called hard work. Hey, Brawl MMA says to us, Johnny, so there's a girl in my office. She's beautiful. We both joined straight out of college, and she treated me like a friend, and I had a crush on her. Oh, and then I got to know she got
joined. What joined? What?
I guess they both joined this work where they're working. So then I got to know her. She got a boyfriend 3 months back. She told me that I was about to tell you, but never got the time. I felt broken, and I started hating the guy she is dating. I have stopped flirting convo with her and started focusing on myself. Brawl, that's the answer, man. Go focus on yourself, brother. Go take care of yourself. Go take care of your own brain, your own emotion. And as my mom would say, there's plenty of fish in the sea. And if she's not the one for you, I know, and John knows there's more out there for you, Brawl MMA. So
the lesson there is, number one, first off, you're doing exactly what you should do, because that energy that you're wasting on the distaste for this other dude is not helping anything.
That's it.
And then you're bettering yourself. But then the lesson here is don't fucking wait.
Yes.
Tell her next time, not her, the next one that comes up.
Well said.
What's the worst she's going to say? No.
It's incredible. It's incredible how we as humans, though, that feeling of no, that feeling of rejection from a female or a male, it's brother, we've both been there.
Well, that sometimes it's helpful for us to remind ourselves.
Yes.
That sometimes we think that things are just like life ending. Oh my God, this is the worst.
Yes.
But just remember the fact that you're thinking that at that moment, you need to remind yourself, you have 100% rate of survival.
Yes.
None of this shit's ever killed you, and it won't. So stop worrying about that dumb shit.
It's that's when you lean into gratitude and just appreciate what's around and what you have, and hey, just open up Instagram and flip to the next one. There are just somebody else there out there in the reels. So there's just somebody else out there. Season strength, dude needs to be a conscious choice maker. I'm with you there, Season. Absolutely. Hey, so Victorious, I see you back there in the Victorious is trying to get onto the show. Marcus, I'm gonna call you one more time here, Marcus. So I can see you in the vertical stream. It's important you look at the instructions we sent you. There's also a stream for you to get after on the horizontal side.
Yeah, it sounds like it doesn't know it needs 2 tabs open.
Yeah, so I'm glad I've told him that. I don't. So Brawl MMA comes back with our live conversation this morning. This is the power of live, you guys. I don't know. She keeps on telling me, "Why are you acting weird?" and what happened. How do I handle that? I just don't want to see because
don't fucking waste another chance. Jesus Christ, maybe she's like, "Fuck. I only went out with this fucking guy because you didn't fucking ask me out."
100%. Because seeing her happen.
Look, man, I support what excuse me, whatever her name is, yeah. Sheila. I support what you're doing, but right about the time you got this other boyfriend I didn't have the fucking gumption to step forward and say that I liked you and I wanted to see what would happen.
That's it. And Good Time says, Charlie says to you, Brawl, tell her. And listen, dude. So if there's anything you're gonna get is encouragement from everybody on the show here today. Encouragement to and Global, she is testing you. Yes. So Brawl. So first of all, Brawl, welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. My name is Keith Bilous. That's my brother from another mother, Jon Andersen below me here. We host this morning show live every single day, Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. And you will find conversations like this to help you get up and achieve those big goals. So you're hearing from the community here. Global's got your back. Season's got your back. Anderson's got we all got your back, brother. Go tell her how you feel. And Good Times, right? Easier said than done, but you want the answer. So we encourage you to go find that courage to go and get after.
Think of this as at very least practice. You're practicing doing something difficult.
Yes.
Because the more you practice, the easier this shit gets.
It's true. Hey, Victor, Marcus, I see you in the horizontal now, but you got to get onto the vertical. So, Marcus, I need you to slow down and pause for a quick second. Just hear me out, Marcus. Hear me out. So, in the instructions we sent, and we've had hundreds of guests on this show that have successfully followed these instructions.
And Marcus, you are getting way more fucking direction than anybody else. He must really fucking want you to show up here. Jesus Christ. Normally he cuts and we're on.
So those instructions will get you onto the show, brother, but I need you to read them and check it out. And that'll help you find it. Hey, so just switching gears to some current stuff before we keep the show rocking and rolling here, pal. Mike Sullivan, what's the difference? So we have 2 streams happening, Sullivan. So and you, Mike, are on the vertical stream because YouTube hasn't combined them yet. They're working on combining them this year where we'll have one.
That'll be sick, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly it. Well, hey, I'm glad you brought this up. So I pride myself on paying attention to things happening under the radar. Well, we know that live is the future of content and big conversation. Well, so Netflix is making a bid for iHeartRadio's video podcast service because Netflix wants to up their video podcasts and up their library of video podcasts because the world is TV, it's video, Johnny. So again, as we build the Mornings in the Lab live network, the vision will be as we wake up one day with hundreds of live shows, and that someone's like, hey, we'd like to have the Mornings in the Lab live network because you guys put all the work in. So it's pretty awesome, actually. So I'm excited. I was happy to see that news here today because the big tech players are moving in a direction of adding the technology to enable us to continue to do this. So hey, so we talked yesterday about the space station up in the sky. They're dropping it. They're going to drop it in 2030 into the ocean. They're going to decommission.
Hopefully they get the dude that's been in there for 25 years out. He deserves, man. He deserves to come back and do what he wants to do.
So they're gonna decommission it, and it's gonna hopefully land in the ocean, and they're gonna put it in some kind of spacecraft cemetery, and that'll be it. No more.
I wonder how big it is.
It's pretty massive. That's a good question.
Things are always bigger than we think.
Things are always. That's like when I saw that shark in real life, man. When I was in the ocean there in the South Australian Ocean in that cage, and I saw that shark by me, man. It's one of those things that, when you're in it, John, you wish that people who are close to you, you just want to find a way to share it with them, but you can't because there's no possible way to share. Like there's no way that I can articulate to you through my words or my expressions how big that shark was unless you see it yourself. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things like you've been around people or situations where you're like, I can't find words to share this with somebody else until you experience it. Size is one of those things. The mass of something.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and the thing is we don't have it like in context. We just don't have enough context.
That's it.
Like when you for example, NFL is one of the most popular things to watch.
Yes.
And, the little guy. That little guy's 6'3", 250 pounds.
Yes.
You just can't tell that the other guys are 6'9".
Yeah. Looks
little in context.
It's funny, man. That's absolutely funny. Yeah, 6'3" in context, not.
He's the little one. He's the little guy.
I found the same thing when I ended up for the first time in my life in New York City. I couldn't get over the context of the density, like the density of how much how many people are there and how dense the like just the buildings and how dense. I'm from Winnipeg where everything is wide open. All you can see is flat air, right? And you can go your backyard there in California and just see.
Yeah, San Francisco is really fucking similar, so I had exposure to that young. But if you've never been in one of those places where it's just, some of these you get in the deep part of that and it's just fucking skyscraper after skyscraper just right next to each other.
Yes, exactly. Hey, Andrew Walker, thanks for popping by the show here, brother. My channel is better than yours. Well, yeah. Well, hey, I appreciate you hopping by here and hanging out with us and putting some words into the comments there. Adam Holroyd comes back and says, can you imagine the math and timing involved in making that happen? Yeah, to decommission that thing from space. Think about this, John. Just think about this, right? The math and timing to make sure that it lands in the ocean. And yeah, he's like, I know the ocean's a big place, but imagine if there was a small miscalculation and it ends up not in the ocean.
Trouble.
Imagine, right? Like just that small miscalculation. It's like, okay, it's ending up over there now on land somewhere is right. So
yeah, that would be catastrophic.
Well, that's to say the least. And do you remember when? A serious question here. Was strongman or stonework ever part, or was there ever discussion of it joining the Olympics, like the Olympic Games, like those kind of the work that you were doing athletically?
I don't believe so.
No way. Why not? Actually, I'm curious. Why not?
Well, I know that at one point there was a big push for powerlifting.
Yes,
but it's the thing about it is powerlifting. When you really appreciate what's going on,
yes,
it's much more exciting. If you don't really understand, it's kind of like like a perfect example of powerlifting for a bench press.
Yes.
Your goal is to shorten the fucking stroke as much as possible. So some guys are able to bench press with a 12-inch stroke. You're not watching much. So part of what's interesting is look how short that stroke is.
Yes.
Most people don't have a fucking clue what they're looking at. That makes sense?
It does. Absolutely. Yep. I'm 100%.
As to where like Olympic lifting,
100%.
He took that fucking thing from the floor over to his head and all he had to do was not bend his elbows, right, on a snatch.
Okay.
One movement, floor to overhead, cannot bend your elbows. That's a lot of happening in a fucking split second. And then the guy's fucking standing up and he's fucking staggering around. As to where you miss a power lift, you got multiple people fucking taking it off you before you get beheaded on a bench press.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it just doesn't translate well to people that don't know shit about it.
Yes. Yeah. Interesting. Well, and Season says maybe there's maybe too many drugs, maybe too many I would think that that's
the IPF is heavily tested. I mean, granted, there's too many drugs in every fucking
I was
sport.
just gonna say
real quick, just so everybody understands, there are so many fucking dirty people in the fucking Olympics. It comes down to your country and how much are they going to fucking pay to get you through.
Yes. Yeah.
pretty fucking unbelievable. I mean, granted, people get caught, and of course they try to do the best they can, but there's always shit going on. And the crazy thing for the Olympics is it fucking bankrupts some of these fucking countries. They come in and they have to build these fucking massive fucking arenas. Then those arenas get used once and they just sit there and they become massive liabilities. And the public has no clue that, this country or whatever it was, or city got this huge influx for a short period of time.
Yep.
And then it's fucking over. And then they're left with this fucking this series of arenas that they're never going to get used again.
The only reason that Beijing got those was it back to back, or was it? I think it was back and then somewhere else and then back. It was a short period of time. The only reason Beijing got was because every other country and city is like, nope, no interest because we don't have the money right now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it has to be a fucking powerhouse of a goddamn country to be able to make the whole thing. Because if you have the ability to say, okay, we can use this afterwards.
Yes.
But it's kind of I guess the Olympics, I'm all favor. I think it's really fucking cool. But it's like but Jesus Christ, even like the athletes, they just, it's the people making the money or the people that nobody can see.
Well, that's just it, right? It's I'm really glad you said that. The advertising, the corporate economics behind the whole thing is where all the money is, right? The athletes can be the pawns.
And the athletes will spend their fucking whole life
to get there.
Right. And if you're not a fucking gold medalist, you're not making shit.
True story. Yep. Hey, before we do a lifestyle tip and get to the second hour with some big topics here, we're going to wrap up our final topic here with the morning loop here, Rahima, so you can cut this here today. There was Lily Phillips. So, guys, we've been talking about two ridiculous OnlyFans people on our show now, one being Bonnie Blue, one being Lily Phillips.
Yeah, there's a documentary about that whole thing.
I think, absolutely.
Yeah, I was watching my daughter and I were looking for documentaries, and we're skipping through. I'm like, Bonnie Blue, why does that fucking ring a bell? And I'm like, what the fuck is that? She knew who it was. And I'm like, oh, that's the fucking tweaker that Keith's been talking about.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Well, so the second one, so if there's Pepsi and Coke, if Bonnie Blue is Pepsi or Coke, the second one is Lily Phillips. And today, have you noticed how far creators will push a stunt to get attention? Well, so she is this is bigger than one creator. Public stunts can pull in bystanders who do not opt in, and that erodes trust. Well, apparently, I'm just trying to see here where it is here. I don't know if no, I guess no, I don't think it popped up here. Anyways, I thought that there was so she was doing something. It might have been the cum walk thing we were talking about, that ridiculous thing where she was she popularized this idea of getting cummed on the face and then walking on the streets. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
it's like the chick that has that fucking they call it a tramp stamp. It's that right above the butt cheek, the crack, excuse me.
Yeah, yes.
And it says, or down on the pelvic, and it says cum dumpster.
Yes.
Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I get there's a little humor in that. If it was a peel off one, that might be funny at a fucking party. You're gonna fucking wear that tattoo?
Yes.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I'm all for liberated sex. But at the same time, sometimes I think people don't. I think it can also be used in a way that's degrading to themselves. They didn't even know it.
I'm glad you brought that last part. Hey, Season, stick around. I'm glad you brought that last part because I don't even think that we know it.
And that's the sad part. Like the one that says cum dump, she thinks it's so cool, probably because the fucking idiots she's been hanging out with are glorifying this. Yeah, they don't give a shit about her because they know she's a fucking part-time deal, and they're going to retire her before it ever gets fucking close to being serious. It's like, God damn it, you've been influenced by people who don't give a shit about you.
Don't like that, and then they wake up one day later on in life going, oh, okay, right? So. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Hey, good morning, everybody. I hang out with Keith Jon over here on Mornings in the Lab. Victoria Marcus gave up on his opportunity to join us here on the show here this morning.
Here's what we're gonna do, baby. It's a test.
That's it. It's a test. Yeah, we're gonna do a reset here on hour 2 with Jon. We'll do a lifestyle tip reset hour 2, and then we're gonna come back and talk about wearable tech. We're gonna talk about sleep scores. I got a good story because I've been watching this because I knew this conversation was coming up. So I've been looking at my sleep score the last few days, and I want to talk about that when it comes to feelings as well. So let's do that. We'll do a lifestyle tip with Andersen, Melissa, and then we'll reset hour 2 and come back here on the big show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. Let's get it, Melissa.
All right, so let's talk about this whole thing of morning routine because it's still so popular. It's almost like, what's your morning routine? Like it's some sort of a trophy. Well, here's the deal. A morning routine, they've been in existence fucking forever. It's just because it's been titled and people, they show what they do in the morning and it's become this thing. Well, morning routines, they've gone back to the beginning of time. What is it? What should it be for you? It should be whatever you need to get yourself in that place where you want to be for the day. I think the biggest problem with morning routine is the lack of morning routine, meaning people don't put effort into it, or when they do, they're just kind of copying shit. It's a copy and paste rather than, okay, I need to do this for me so I'm better. Like I know there are certain things that I need to do every day. And when I do them, I just have a better day. So my morning routine is designed for me to have a good day. Because I know if I start my day checking those boxes that I need, I'm going to have a better day, which means I'm going to have a better week, which means I'm going to have a better month, which means I'm going to have a better year, which means I'm constantly improving and it feels good. It's not about me though. I'm just talking conceptually. What do you need to do? And it could just be 5 minutes. That's where you can start. What do you need to do? And start small in the morning to make you a better version of you. Start with one thing. You start to notice that it actually feels pretty good. And then you probably want to do something else. And you develop your morning routine on what it is that works for you. Who gives a shit what everybody else is doing? That's for them. Your morning, your time, your morning routine, your superpower. You just got to have some initiative, be a little bit intentional, wake up a few minutes early, start developing your routine for you. It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Make it simple and make every day better so you can get what you want from your life. Rock and roll.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to hour 2 of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends, your live morning show experience, conversation and content to help you get up and get after it and hit those big morning audacious goals. A reminder, guys, this is an R-rated experience. Good morning, Season Strength. Good morning, Good Time. Good morning, Global. Good morning, Matt Roof. Roof, let's catch up today if you got a few minutes, brother. And Roof, you dropped through talking International Space Station. Johnny, I know you can hear this. The space station is about the size of a football field. Again, context, right? I never would have thought it was that big, actually. And weighs about 925,000 pounds. I'm thinking, Roofy, you're right. We should get John to pull it down the highway. Hey, Holroyd, we could do a live Netflix event. Jon Andersen pulling the International Space Station down the Trans-Canada Highway here in Canada. Hey, we talked about the Lily Phillips stunt. We talked about what happens if bullets get shot up into the sky or meteors drop onto your Tesla. Marcus Hopkins tried to get onto the show. Yep, he tried. We did not get him on here today. We're going to get some conversations coming with deep dive about wearables. We're going to talk about your sleep score. Did it wreck the vibe? And then we're going to get into the morning focus, dropping 5 crisis on purpose. And I got some did you knows. I pulled some did you knows out of the cracks here this morning. And we're going to lean into the iPhone. So if you have an iPhone, you might want to pay attention to some of the things I'm going to talk about here this morning, which is, and what I do enjoy about the iPhone is that they spend so much time putting great features into, they don't tell anybody, then because they know that the community is going to reveal all these features that it's like, no, we're not going to put a manual out. No, we're not going to put any instructions out because Keith's going to find it and tell the world, or Melissa's going to find it and tell the world. So it's, I find it quite fascinating that there's a big push for having all of us promote these new services and new features that Apple releases. So we'll get into it. Hour 2 starting right now here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your R-rated morning show experience. All right, let's move into the deep dive. Melissa, do we have an opener for deep dive? If we do, let's run it. If not, I'm going to get right into it.
Fellas, if your morning feels foggy or flat, today we're dialing in the 4 wearables that actually move the needle for men. The boys will break down what they do for sleep, readiness, energy, and focus to help you see where you can optimize your morning routine.
All right, guys, so we're going to stick around and talk a little bit wearables here today and see what you guys use and what we use here on the show. So there are essentially, I would like to think there are 4 predominant wearables we have in the market here today. We get the Oura Ring. And I know Lauren's been looking at them, and I know many people around me have been looking at them and paying attention to them. And they've been, you know, they've been in the media, it seems like a little more often recently. They've raised some money, doing some interesting stuff. So the Oura Ring, it's predominant used to sleep, track sleep, and promote readiness, right? So it's tracking sleep. It's got HRV, temperatures, and building a daily readiness score that guides training or recovery. Giving you long-term trends, flag issues early so you can avoid burnout and keep the athletic performance rising. Now, I'm curious about you guys. Do you guys wear the Ring? Do you guys wear the Whoop Band? Or do you guys wear the Apple Watch? And of course, Google has the Fitbit as well. And then Apollo Neuro has a wearable as well. Now, it's clear that wearables are everywhere. And some of the metrics that people are tracking are things like HRV, are things like sleep scores, and so forth. But like Andersen, where I have been leaning into with my own wearable, and Melissa, I see John's back here, so we'll bring John up on stage here. Is hey Maddie, I see you got the Apple Watch. Is this idea of feeling compared to what the numbers say, and it's funny because I knew this conversation was coming this week, and I've been tracking my sleep score in my Apple Watch here as of late. And, I had a good sleep last night, and it tells me that I had a good sleep last night, but my number wasn't as high as my number was last week. And that is where I think it messes up our brains with humans when we get caught up with what we expect it to be, what we see the results to be, and it messes with us. And that's a lesson that I think we can get better at.
And I just literally had a client. So husband and wife did a tandem.
Yeah.
And they're big on the numbers. And I explained to him from the beginning, just remember, just kind of take these with a grain of salt. And so clear success, you can see that there's muscle being built. They both want to recomp. And yes. Muscle being built, fat being lost, abs are starting to come in. Pants are looser in the waist. And then comes the scan. The scan doesn't say what we see. Well, and I had to explain, okay, you got to remember, and I explained from the beginning, the recomp, your muscles are going to be a little flat. That's just kind of the process. If you keep your muscles full, the body's not going to react quite like we want it to. Those tests are measuring muscle volume. Water is a big part of muscle volume.
Yes.
Low carbohydrate, which is what she's responding really well to, does not help the muscle hold water volume. So it looks as if muscle has been lost, but it's just more like a balloon that has lost some of its air volume. It's the muscles. She's performing better. She's stronger. So you're not getting stronger and losing muscle. That makes sense.
Absolutely.
So,
yes.
Again, spent a whole fucking day all bent out of shape, sends me a message. I explain it to her and she's like, oh my goodness, I feel so much better. That makes it. So it's, again, the numbers just fucking cause people havoc.
Well, and it's interesting. So I just was texting Marcus back. He just sent us a text. It's interesting, John, because as I was getting prepared for today's discussion, it's not lost upon me that the fitness and lifestyle and health industry has worked for years to have people to stop paying attention to the number on the scale. The old school scale. Don't pay attention to the number, Bilous. Don't worry about the number on the scale. Worry about your pant size. Worry about how you're feeling. Then, over the last 15 years, society has said, okay, we're going to move your neuroticism from the scale to your wrist.
Let's go to 15 numbers.
That's what I mean. That's what I find funny. The irony is not lost upon me, is that we've moved from one measurable device to say, I'm sorry that it's fucking you up because don't pay attention to it. Instead, here's 15 more numbers to mess your head up and cause all this stress for you that might not be necessary. For example, oh my God, my HRV is out of whack. What can I do to improve it? Well, let's sit down and ask you 1,000 questions first. And believe me, I don't want to sound dismissive because I understand all the value and I like measuring stuff. I like knowing things, but I like to equate it to reality and real life and feeling, and then all the variables that we often don't talk about. People don't know the variables, man. Right? So you slept for 6 hours today but then last week you only slept for 4 hours, but you didn't tell me about it. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell me about it. Okay, well that might have had an effect on your score.
Well, it's the lack of knowledge.
Yes.
That's why people are so easy to lead around.
Yes. Well, 100%. So what happens is we set the bar very low. Right. And it's like we give people the metrics again, back to the scale. How is the scale any different than all the stuff happening on our wrist? There is no difference. There's no difference at all. Yet we're trying to get people not to pay attention to the scale. Don't worry about the scale, Bilous. The scale doesn't mean nothing. Okay, then why does it exist? So I guess for me, it's pursue the knowledge. You use the numbers, use these as tools, but try not to get caught up in having them control your life.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember they're a metric, but where on the totem pole does that metric fit in? It's going to be at least fifth, not first.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Not first.
Yeah, how you feel.
Yes.
How do you perform? How do your clothes fit? How do you look? Then let's enter the numbers.
Well, it's funny because
if my client had gone through that checklist, she'd have gone, these numbers are fucking off their rocker.
Yeah. Yeah. Your sleep score and your scores that you have on your digital devices should be used as a guide. I hate the word should, but encouraging folks just to think of it as a guide, not as a verdict. Again, John talks about feeling. Perhaps the numbers like to support what you're feeling. Maybe that's the tangible way for it to correlate. For me, it actually is the opposite because I felt great today, but my sleep score didn't tell me that I was great. So I was like, what the fuck? What do you know? I feel great today. Right? So
yeah.
Mike Sullivan, I like my smart scale that shoots numbers to my cell phone. I measure at least 2 times a week. Frank Zane has solid how you look is a better metric too. And listen, I'm not trying to diminish measurements or metrics or variables or progress or milestones. That's not it. For me, it's just about, because I have been the guy, no different than on the bench. Fuck, I didn't hit my 250 today. It wrecks my whole day. Hold on, chill out, motherfucker. Just relax. Right?
Yep.
Right? It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. Okay, I got to sleep on time. Why is my sleep score not telling me what it was? Well, I don't know. Maybe it was a little hot in the room last night. Maybe you got disrupted.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right? So,
hey, what did Season says? Sorry, guys. Dirty talk. I gotta go.
Oh, that was when we were chatting a little bit about Lily Phillips there at the top there. So and then Good Time dropped him off. Said, don't forget, reminder, an R-rated show. So and he was I think where he was at, he was probably on his way to school there too. So at the time of the show.
No, I was gonna say it was dirty talk about the numbers. I was like, dude, he knows the shit.
Hey, so let's get into some conversation. Let's pivot the conversation to manufacturing a challenge. How do you smell today?
You know, it's funny enough. It's actually fucking getting a little worse. I even said to Terry, I'm like, honey, smell this.
Tell me why.
I said, smell this. This is, she goes, yeah, there's something that you're ingesting that's doing this. So we both know the same thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there fucking racking my brain. What? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like, oh my God, I stink. I'm just like, it's my body talking to me.
Just lifted up the arms and do a little smell test.
That's it.
Hey, so,
I mean, dogs smell each other's bungs because they can tell, you know, it's like they can understand what's going on, you know. I mean, I can even smell when I take a dump if my digestion's a little having trouble.
Yeah. So you, Mr. Andersen, the human experiment, strike me as somebody that will and this is a positive. So I want you to interpret it this way when I present it to you. You strike me as somebody that will manufacture crisis, not drama. There's a difference. Manufacture crisis so you can sharpen your leadership skills so you're ready for one when you're ready for a crisis that comes that's out of your control. That makes sense to me?
Yeah, I think as you say that, I would say that when I see something that's ready to fall apart, sometimes but if I know it's going to break, I'll break it. Okay, let's not wait for it to break. Let's just break it and fucking fix it, learn how to do it better now. So I would say that, you know, I'm not going to take a situation that's going really well and break that. But if a situation is not going well and I can see that it's going to break, I'll break it apart and put it back together. That makes sense. I mean, we work hard to get things in a sweet spot.
Absolutely.
When they're sweet, I'm going to enjoy that taste.
Yes. I think we have a little intro to this conversation because I want to talk about manufacturing crisis so that we're prepared. And it's kind of a heavy, when you put it that way, it's like, oh, you're manufacturing a crisis. No, I'm actually preparing myself for a crisis. I'm
breaking it into the simplest level. Manufacturing a crisis would be, you know, I used to literally manufacture crisis every time I squatted, trying to get 700 pounds for one more rep.
Yeah,
I was going to crash. I was never putting it away. I was going to crash, period. End of story.
Yes.
So I was creating a crisis because that crisis would help me get another rep, hopefully the next time I did it.
Well, and I'm going to come back to that. Melissa, let's run that open. I think you have an opener for this conversation. Let's run it.
Ever notice how leaders level up fastest when things get messy?
Today, the boys are unpacking Crisis on Purpose.
5 leadership hacks they learned from deliberately manufacturing a challenge to stress test systems, sharpen decision-making, and accelerate team growth.
I like this conversation because this to me is what not enough leaders do, because I think once we get into something we're comfortable with, we get into something predictable, it's easy not to rock the boat. It's easy not to add the extra plate to the squat rack because, oh, fuck, I've been doing this. I don't know what I need to do anymore. So I like the idea, whether you want to call it manufacturing a crisis, whether you want to call it manufacturing stress. But what it does, John, and you talked about a little bit when you're getting into the squat right there and talking about just kind of that analogy there, is that when you get into a situation where you're manufacturing a crisis or manufacturing a negative, if you're leading with purpose, that's the key word, you're going to be able to get through that manufactured situation because you've paused and you've said, I'm going to put you team, John, you, me, and Marty, I'm going to put us through something so that we can test our stress through this moment so that if we get presented with it in the real world in the future, we're ready for it.
That's the military, high level military training right there.
I don't think enough business leaders do that. I tried to do it often in my old world because it prepares you for, because often I'd have people say to me, yeah, but it's never going to happen. Yeah, but how do you know? How do you know?
Like, well, even if it never happens, you still got better.
100%. Yes. Often overlooked.
It's all about fuck. I mean, going back to training, you're always trying to make your training harder than a live contest situation.
Yes.
If you don't train that way, you're not prepared.
Yes. So when you put yourself into a situation where you're manufacturing something that may never happen, but you got to be prepared for it, is it forces you to think outside the box and think outside the comfort zone. And I know you love this word, the accountability word. It forces us to think about the accountability of a situation. And it forces us to be adaptable to the situation because you have no choice. Right.
You know, brother, it's so true. And as I think about this more and more,
yeah,
I'm realizing that I think I move at a speed, you know, like most people when they come to work with me, they're like, Jesus Christ, you know, because I mean, perfect example, it could be Sunday, whatever day, whatever time. If I'm doing what I'm doing and you're involved, you're getting a fucking text. Hey, this is what's going on.
Yes.
You know,
I'm the same way.
Story.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
So most people aren't used to that. So what I was going to say is I move at a speed where crises are going to continue to pop up because I'm constantly pushing the limits where shit is breaking because of the amount of pressure I put on what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. It's like, I think I don't know that I even have to consciously try because the pressure that I move forward with breaks stuff anyway. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And I'm just really good at fucking creating the solutions to fix things to get better.
You strike me as somebody, I'll use the word here because to me, this is what a great leader does, is it's constant iteration. You're constantly iterating, constantly. I'll go back to the NASCAR analogy I've used before. You know, I'm the crew chief for your race car. I'm saying, okay, Johnny, pull into the lap here. We're turning the lug nuts a quarter inch just around the car, then go again. Quarter inch? Yeah, I can't even see it. Just go again. And then we're going to do it again because so it's a constant iteration. Yeah, but we're already winning the race. Yeah, but the guy over there is doing it. So if you're not iterating,
you never stop.
Exactly.
But because when you stop, that's when shit gets boring.
In my experience, I was often challenged back in my olden days, not only with my team, but my peers who were also leading agencies going, Bilous, you're always moving. I'm like, well, yeah, because we got work to do. Always iterating, right?
That's so true. That's so true. I mean, for me personally, if I'm not iterating, I'm iterating something. The question is, am I iterating something productive or something that's going to get me in trouble?
Yes. But what it teaches us swift decision-making. Because if you and let's go get you, me and Marty growing this thing and all of a sudden, okay, guys, we're going through a situation. It's going to teach us some swift decision skills that we're going to have to make along the way. And what it's also going to do is it's going to help teach us regulate self-emotion as we're going through some self-leadership in these situations, so that we don't panic. Johnny, I can't tell you, man, how many times in my previous world I have conversations with my teams and even teams on other companies that were like, but why are you guys practicing for that? That's never going to happen. And I would look at them like, that's the most bizarre response I've ever heard in my life. Your job as a leader is to prepare for everything that might happen, often overlooked. And then we go, why is that guy not responding? Because he wasn't ready.
Yeah. What's the old saying? Prepare for the worst, expect the best.
Yes. Yeah. So here's an example. If you suck at something, you suck at something, back to the gym, you suck at it, but there's a skill that you might need as a leader. You strike me as somebody that's going to go and work on that skill just in case you need it in your toolbox. Again, I don't know.
100%. That's like in competition.
Yes.
You always lead with your weakness when you're training. Because you have to make the most progress in that weakness. That makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah. Yes.
You don't take like my grip was always my Achilles heel.
Really?
Yeah. Like I had a hard time fucking hold. It was really weird because I had really good pinch strength, which is this way.
Yeah, but not
very subpar. That's crush. So there's pinch, crush, and then just holding a support.
Oh yeah.
My support was terrible.
Why do you think that was?
Because I spent so many years, thinking that I was going to be, my first step was going to be bodybuilding. And so I was strapping. So straps were not developing they weren't developing my support strength.
Yes.
And so basically, and then also too, I didn't deadlift. I squatted way more than I deadlifted. There's no grip at all in a squat. And so basically farmer's walk was like, it's like, okay, fuck, if I could be at the top half of the field, that's a win for me. Right. And so I would always start my shit with my training would be farmer's walks after a good fucking gnarly warm up we'd go right after that one because that's where I needed the most help. I trained my strengths at the end.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, you attacked your weakest part first because you know that tool needed sharpening. Yep.
That's the place that I needed to put the extra effort. And
again, my experience with leaders, my peers, was the opposite of that, which was we'll never need that, so let's just go focus on what we're good at.
Well, and those were the guys that never fucking made it. You know, they got really fucking good at a few things, and their weaknesses just kept getting worse.
Yes,
it's the separation of good and bad that made them not high level.
So I would invite, Mornings in the Lab Nation, not to think about this as manufacturing a life-ending crisis, but creating crisis on purpose to teach you how to overcome the inertia of boredom, or of just kind of getting your business to a point where you're happy, or yourself, or you're happy. My recommendation is keep pushing yourself around the corner and manufacturing crisis so that you can feel what it's like to go through it. So you're
maybe an easier way for them to think about is manufacture chaos periods.
That's it. I like that word. Yeah.
Because a chaos period is where everything breaks apart and you're forced to basically put it back together in a better way.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. What do you got going on today, pal?
Training day.
Yeah. Well, I crushed a big legs day today, man. I fucking had a great. I was thinking about you as I was training because I did some squats, deads. So I was working on my deads today. I did deads from the floor, and was thinking about our conversation, you, me, and Marty yesterday. Eh? So I was working really hard on my form actually.
Don't hyperextend at the top. Don't do that. Don't hyperextend. Don't lean too far back.
Yeah. No, but I just was really focusing on a nice, slow, deliberate with chest out and keeping
hips. Back. Yep. It's almost like you're trying to hump the bar.
Yeah. It's incredible how the deadlift is so easy, but yet it's not. Like to do it properly, like to be real. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
it's real easy if you just bend over and pick something up. Yeah. You're never going to get good at it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Here's a little philosophy, a little deadlift philosophy.
Tell me.
The further the bar is away from you, your hips, the weaker you're going to be.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Okay.
So your goal is to drag that thing, drag it straight up your shins.
Yes.
Now, if you're doing it right, your knees should still be partially bent when it gets to your knees. So what I would say is turn the corner. Turn the corner, meaning up, turn, because it's going back towards you. Turn the corner, dragging the bar closer to you, up your thighs, which are actually still at not a 45, but they're still bent. If your legs are straight by the time you've got the bar to your knees, you've basically left your hips behind. You're in a weak position.
So then the way you're describing it, I would tell you that I believe I was doing it quite correct here today, because as I was pulling it up my shins, it's like I was pulling it over the ledge of my knees.
Yes. Yeah. And every inch that it comes up your thighs that are still bent, it should be getting substantially easier.
So I reduced my weight. I reduced my weight and I focused very much on getting it over the ledge. That's kind of how. So it was like I was dragging it over my knee. It was like, okay, and it's like it went over. You know what I mean? Just like a ledge, right?
If people get stuck above the knee, it's because they got their hips caught behind them.
They got their hips caught behind them. Oh yeah,
they came up. Their legs are too straight. Their ass is way back there. The hips are out of the equation. Hips are the most powerful part, and you basically disengage them because you straighten your legs.
Yeah. I know you don't spend a lot of time watching hockey or paying attention to hockey, but perhaps a little more since we've been hanging out and you have awareness on it. But there was a player
much more since we've been. I've never talked as much hockey in my lifetime.
I'm sure. Yeah. We have our captain who's back today on the lineup, who had hip replacement or hip surgery over this season. He's a centerman, and I didn't put the connection on this, Johnny, but when he's doing a face off, like the pressure on his hips, like the way that his legs go out, right? Like it's just I never really kind of connected the two, but hockey players struggle with hips because of their motion. It's not a natural motion, as you can imagine, right?
Well, and then the groin, they have constantly fucking up the groins.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, there's a squat variation and a deadlift variation that I have them do that makes those fucking they're so strong. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You now can get a hip replacement.
Yes.
And like I've had so many buddies that have had them, and they want you to walk that day.
It's incredible to me, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you're fucking walking. I mean, granted, there's a lot of pain depending on how they did it. If they had to drill big holes in your fucking bones, that shit hurts. But the way that they do it, I mean, you can recover from a hip replacement fucking fast.
So
high level athletes will have them and keep going.
Enlighten me for a quick minute. So the hip replacement, like removing the old, putting in, I'm going to plastic or titanium, whatever it is, but removing the old and snopping it in and off you go, basically. Okay, John, back to work.
I mean, really the hard part is they're usually having to drill holes in your bones. And that stuff's totally healed in 6 weeks. But bone pain is next level shit.
I've never
experienced bone pain and nerve pain. Oh, you just, unless you've had it, you can't just, it's almost like you can't describe to your friend who's not a dad what being a dad is like.
Yeah.
You can try, but it's a different deal.
What have you had drilled into your bones?
Screws. I mean, I've had 2 different surgeries that had to drill holes in the bones, and fuck, I'm telling you, man, holy shit. Like the first one, I'd never experienced it before. And I had a really fucking rough surgery. They kept fucking, the anesthesiologist kept stopping my heart because he was getting me too dehydrated. He didn't realize how much water I consume. So my blood would get thick. Fucking my heart would stop. They'd have to fucking stop the surgery, get me. So it was like my heart stopped multiple times. And that's so like a 90-minute surgery took 4 hours. Whoa. And so I guess when I fucking woke up, I was mad as hell. I wasn't awake, but as soon as I started coming to, they didn't have my upper body strapped in. They just had me at the waist.
Yeah.
And I think at the legs, and fucking, I was going bananas, like almost flipping the fucking gurney over. And they had to come and get Terry. They're like, we need your help. He's going nuts back there. So I think because subconsciously, I'm like, you fuckers are trying to kill me.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you this. So if you're out, if you're under anesthesia, how do you feel the bone pain, or is it not until after?
No, it's not that point. It's when, so basically what happens, I had a real rough surgery, right? They calm me down.
Yeah.
They give me a fucking good dose of whatever to fucking chill me the fuck out.
Yeah.
They get me out to the car. They take me home. And the lady or whoever it was tells Terry, look, you got to give him this medication in this much time. But I was basically sleeping so soundly, she didn't want to wake me up. And so I wake up and I am like fucking, I mean, it's like I started having a nightmare at first, right? It was like my leg was just literally on fire. And it was because the whatever they gave me was wearing off. And they wanted me to have that pain med so that it would overlap what they gave me.
Yes.
So I had a short period where that bone pain was really not, the pain wasn't nullified very much. Holy shit. I had never experienced that. It literally just feels like you're being burned. Like if, you get that feeling like you hit a fucking hot stove or something, that thing just won't stop burning.
Yes.
Imagine that inside your knee.
I don't think I want to. Yikes.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, it was nasty. So yeah, that's what I realized. Okay, next time I have a fucking hole drilled in my bone, I'm fucking taking the meds exactly what they say.
All right, pal. Well, listen, bottom of the hour. It's time for you to get your lift in. What do you got going on after the lift today? I was excited to get the lift today. I got a lot of business I'm excited working on right now. You too?
Yeah, some cool stuff for the new company. Website's almost done. Getting all of the just everything kind of laid out with the structure of the business. And then actually a buddy of mine's coming over today.
Oh, fun.
I haven't seen him in a long time. He's coming over to install. He owes me some dough. I loaned him some money a while back. And he's one of those dudes. I know he'll pay me back, but I don't really loan people money. I'll give you, in my mind, I'm giving it to you. And if you choose to pay me back.
Yes.
So that way there's never any weirdness.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
And I was like, hey, I called him, hey man, someone that can install this winch on my Jeep, right? Because he's like, he knows somebody for everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's a fucking cool cat. I mean, he comes and helps me just because he wants to help me sometime.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he had the skills to put a fucking winch in. I didn't even know that about him. He's like, dude, I'll come and do it for you. I owe you some money anyway. Like, fuck, that'd be great, dude. You know, come over. I'd love to see you. So he's coming over to install the winch, which is good because then I don't have to take it somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. Because my thought was, I'm just trying to get over the fact that I'm going to have to fucking, waste a few hours of my day
going to get the
winch thing. What's that?
Going to get the winch, the aesthetic winch, the winch that really has no purpose other than this Jeep needs a winch on it because something aesthetically belongs.
It's got
there.
this weird it's got this huge bumper with a winch. It's supposed to have a winch. It's like it just doesn't make any sense. It's like having a big fucking chest and no biceps.
Good time. Maybe he doesn't know how. He's gonna figure out how today.
Well, he would tell me. That's because I've asked him to do plenty of things. He's like, honestly, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah.
And what he'll do then is he's got a buddy that can. So if he has trouble, he'll end up fucking calling a buddy who will come to the house. So it's either way, I don't have to fucking waste the time, which to me is fucking perfect.
Dude, before you go, I love that we know words mean everything. Words mean something. Words mean everything. I like how you position the conversation with your buddy around, I'm just going to give you the money. And I like that because there's instead of using the word loan or borrow,
I don't really, but real quick, I don't tell people that.
No,
but I think it's offensive.
Yes, but my point though is that you've lowered I agree with you for the record, but you've lowered the barrier around the weirdness with the choice of words, which is you need some cash here. When you can, we'll take care of it.
It's literally, I just say, how much? Because this is a guy that I would help. He's he's done so many things for me and
you wouldn't even ask a question, would you?
And I was like, how much? I mean, if you said 30 grand, that might be different,
Yes.
Need a couple $1,000. Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it wasn't even $2,000. It was less than $2,000.
Whatever it was, but it was the principle of it.
It wasn't that much, and I was like, if in my mind, I'm like, it'd be great if I see this again, but I don't have extra. If he doesn't pay me back, I'm not going to it's not going to fucking diminish how I feel about him.
Yes. Yeah. You're not losing.
Because I knew at very least he would end up continuing to donate and he's probably done more than that free shit for me just because anyway.
Yeah. There you go.
Already.
Yeah. 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 Lauren sounds like my brother, Danny. Yeah. She's got a brother who, like you, just has these very weird yet cool things. He builds shit and you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. There's Danny doing his thing, or that needs a winch on it, or that needs a lift on it, or for what reason? Because it belongs there. So
yeah. Well, it's kind of it's a really fun. Somebody went through and set this whole thing up.
Yeah.
It's got a great look to it, but it's just this bumper was literally for a fucking winch. It's a cool bumper and it's got this huge fucking void. Like, what is that?
Well, now you know.
I mean, you could put like a small fucking dog bed in there or something.
Now you know. Now you know. Okay, well, listen, I'm going to get you out of here so you can get your lift in and get your winch put on, and we'll look forward to reconnecting with you in less than 22 hours like we always do here, 8 o'clock live Eastern time, mornings in the lab with Keith and John. I love you, brother. Have a good day, okay, pal?
I love you too, my brother. Have a good loop.
Get after it. All right, Melissa, let's walk Johnny out of here. Let's keep the show rocking and rolling here. Good morning, everybody. Mornings in the lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're your morning show experience here. We talk about content to help you get up and get after it and move your life in a direction of achieving some big, hairy, audacious goals. You guys can join the live conversation. Open the phone lines up 431-300-3005, 431-300-3005. We're going to get to the community corner in a quick second here. Maya Reyes is going to we got some things to talk about over on LinkedIn, Substack, and YouTube. And then we're going to get to the outro. It's funny, Neiman, I got a note here from our guest. I'm just going to put it out there just because that's what we do here. Apparently, our show is broken because he couldn't get into the show. I said, well, actually, no, more like user error. Yeah, I said user error. Sorry, Marcus, user error. How do I know? Well, we've had close to 400 and some odd guests on the show over the last couple of years. I think 300, just rounding it to 400. And they've all gotten on. Most of them anyways, 99.9% of them have gotten onto the show. So what I have found, especially when we go to IKEA, is that we get the instructions and we read them. Yeah. And we read them from top to bottom so we can put the desk together. So the invite is open, Marcus, to have you come back to the show. But what I would encourage you to do is read the instructions, because they're very, very clear how to appear on our show. And if the 400 and some odd people can get onto the show before you, I'm thinking that you also could get onto the show. But the key is,
hi, fellas. Welcome to another Community Corner segment.
So, yeah, or could just ask for help. Yeah, just saying, as Good Time would say, just saying, could ask for help. Love to have you on here. Yeah, no, good. You're right. It's not the show. No, this is what we do. All right. Okay. So Community Corner with Maya Reyes, and then we got the Creator Spotlight. Apparently we got a Creator Spotlight to celebrate here today on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. All right, Melissa, let's get this Community Corner. Maya, what are we doing today?
Hi, fellas. Welcome to another Community Corner segment, where we connect YouTube, Substack, and LinkedIn on Mornings in the Lab.
Hands up, boys. Who does regular planks? And do you see it as a physical or mental workout? Today, we've got an interesting perspective on planking as a mindset lab. We've got an argument for starting the day with a hobby to achieve flow state. And a friend of the lab has an important message about the relationship between stress and your gut.
Why is it not opening? All right. Then I'll just open this box. If that one's not going to open, I'll open this box instead. My boxes aren't opening. All right. Guys, we're going to start our conversation over on YouTube. Mental toughness. Apparently, according to Dr. Kevin Jubal, it is trainable. Because Dr. Kevin Jubal spent 10 years holding planks for 15 to 30 minutes a day for his mind. He frames the plank, I love this, by the way. He frames the plank as mental training. It's the same way that I frame my endurance training when I get on the bike or I get on the treadmill to do some running, which I strongly, not hate, Andersen, strongly dislike. But he frames his planking as brain training, a lab where you learn to master yourself. Well, here's the science. Holding a plank releases a BDNF, the brain-derived neurotropic factor. And what it does, and we talked about it I think a couple weeks ago with George Haymaker, it fuels, Melissa, pretty good dropping that name, ain't even just pulling the name out of the air. Boom. Just like that. Boom. George Haymaker, the brain dude. It fuels neuroplasticity and it strengthens your memory, learning, and emotional regulation. But according to Dr. Kevin Jubal, here's the real lesson. Mental toughness, it's not about pain tolerance. No, it's about emotional awareness. It's about belief and it's about consistency. Exactly. Because Jubal splits his planks into two halves. The naked plank for distraction-free mindfulness and the reward plank paired with a game to hack motivation. Now, true story, I don't know if the dude's actually naked when he's doing his planks. Is that the case there, Melissa? Is the guy actually naked when he's doing the planks, or is it just called a naked plank? The video we have, truthfully, does not show Dr. Jubal naked. Nope, doesn't. True story. And he tracks his progress with the multi-timer. There you go, the wearables, adding a few seconds each day, compounding resilience over time. The body trains the mind. The mind trains everything else. So nation, here's the question for you guys. Do you guys plank? Do you plank? Have you tried planking? What controlled discomfort are you avoiding? Maybe it's not planking. Maybe it's something that you're avoiding but will help you train the mind. Maybe the place to start is with the plank. All right, let's move it over to Substack as I try to get my buttons working over here. There we go. Yes. All right. do this here. Okay, so Craig J. Todd. That's the guy's name. He wakes up early to play guitar, but not for you, for himself. He calls it his quiet hour, a distraction-free window before the world demands arrive. And for him, it's not passive relaxation, it's active meditation, creative flow, self-investment. And Todd says, you don't have to earn this time. You don't need to justify it. It's not a reward for productivity. According to Todd, it's the foundation of your best days. Because early mornings are ideal for flow states. I love my early mornings now. The brain is fresh, the world is silent. So whether it's writing, whether it's guitar, whether it's the Bible, whether it's sketching, or whether it's building, the invitation sounds like this. Dedicating your first hour to something that brings genuine joy might be what you need to move your morning forward. It'll boost your mental well-being. It'll set a positive tone, anchoring your day as an accomplishment. It's how I use the gym, my non-negotiable, before else anything can touch you. So, nation, here's the question. What would you do with an untouchable hour every morning? Maybe it's your non-negotiable. I'm curious. All right, over to LinkedIn, guys. LinkedIn. Stress is destroying your gut and performance. Well, Tom Hudson, a certified functional blood dude. Yeah, certified functional blood dude. Yep, true story. He's actually a certified functional blood work practitioner and a friend of the lab. He says that stress isn't just mental. No, it's physical. And according to Hudson, wrecking your gut. So when you're stressed, what's your body do? It releases cortisol. What does it do? It weakens the gut lining, your tight junction. So what's the leak? What's the result, you guys? Well, the result is a leaky gut, inflammation, brain fog, fatigue. And if you're a leader, it's a performance killer. So, what's Tom's advice? Stop eating when you're stressed. We all know it's fucking harder to do. And instead, consider practicing mindful eating. And then manage that stress through exercise, meditation, time in nature, and use those probiotics, gut healing foods, and protect your gut like you protect your calendar. And guys, here's the question. How often are you stress eating? Yeah, stress eatings are a killer, man. Meetings, calls, instead of actually nourishing yourself. True story. All right, Maya, let's walk us out of here and let's get on over to the Creator Spotlight to see who we're celebrating today, Maya.
That's a wrap on the Community Corner, fellas. Here's something to think about today. If the morning shapes the man, what are your mornings shaping you into?
And as always, follow and tag us if you want your stories featured on The Big Show.
Recruiters get a bad rap for pushing resumes, but this one changes how the process feels.
He treats the hiring process like a lifetime commitment, introducing the right builder to the team that truly needs them.
He answers hard questions, shares real pay ranges, and keeps everyone updated.
When he's involved, anxious searches calm down and teams move with confidence.
The results back it up. About half of the people he contacts write back. And when the fit is right, it takes around 3 interviews to reach a yes. Speed matters to him, but never at the cost of care.
He is open about mental health, direct about fit, and relentless about respect. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Phil, the recruiter who puts humans first throughout the hiring process. From first hello to final yes, he makes hiring feel human.
I love people who make hard things feel simple. Yep. Well, Phil Mosher, he does that with hiring. He doesn't sell candidates. No, he introduces people. True story. He tells teams the truth about the market. He tells candidates the truth about the role. No mystery, no ghosting. Real feedback, real timelines. And when speed matters, this dude moves. Another true mother story. That's why founders trust Phil Mosher. And that's why senior builders respond when he knocks on their doors. So today, we're going to shine a light on a guy who treats recruiting like a craft and people like, well, people. So, Phil, I'm a human. You're a human. Love to have you on the show. Would love to give you the creator spotlight so you can shine it on somebody in your orbit on an upcoming episode of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends. Mr. Mosher, I'm just down here in the road in Headingley, Manitoba, or you're up there in Winnipeg, Canada. Same place, Phil. Let's get you over here on the big show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends. And hey, if you're really eager, you can join Matt Roof, 7:30 Eastern time on Kindness Rising. Yeah, that's 8:30. That's 6:30 for you, actually. But Mosher, we're celebrating you today, brother. I love the fact that you celebrate people, and you do such a great job of making hard things feel simple. So Mosher, let's get you on the show, brother. The Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends. All right. We're going to work towards wrapping up the show here today, guys. Neiman, I might, just looking at something here, might just pull something out of the bag of tricks here right now, guys. I did, so true story, I did have a few did you knows here today, but Andersen's gone. So I'm going to put them on the table for tomorrow. But I did have a few things for did you know that I was actually quite excited to share with you guys here today. But I think what I might do instead is not ignore you. No, just looking at my notes. I might have something that I want to put on the table to record for a future episode. And it is revolving around a pivot. Not necessarily a pivot, an awareness that you are seeing with our content. And much of it has to do with the business side of things, building the business underneath the show. So we have the show, which is Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends. Kindness Rising, we got our 2 shows. And then we have the Mornings in the Lab live network that we're putting the shows on top of as a part of. And just looking at my notes here and seeing if we want to open up some of this. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Okay. So I got a few things to put on you guys to put on the table here that we'll cut this up for a later conversation. But guys, when we go live, and one of the things that I am so passionate about live is that I got 4 things what live does to you as a creator and how it benefits you as a creator ahead of it benefits people around you. When you go live, here's what it reveals. It reveals composure under pressure. It's funny because I was talking with Roofy here when Roofy was getting started, and he's like, hey man, I was really struck by how you handled that dude coming at you in the comments. Well, I did that years ago in my old ICUC world. People are going to come into in the comments live. They're going to offer bombs. They're going to offer sugar. They're going to offer salt. They're going to offer negative crap along the way. But your composure under pressure is what makes you stand apart from those who crumble, right? The technical fail on the air. It's happened here on the show. You've seen the internet crash. You've seen things not work. You have a choice in those situations. You can get all stressed out. You can put yourself in a bad moment, or you can laugh it off. And those that laugh it off, those are the leaders, because that's leadership. I can't count how many guys, and Roofy can't count how many guys, girls have showed up in the comments and just thrown nothing but turd, but yet don't have the courage to get up and have a live conversation. Guys, leadership is showing up when nobody's watching. Leadership is talking to a room with no people. You're still a leader. Leadership is not measured in views. Leadership is measured by showing up consistently, doing the work when nobody's paying attention. So when you go live, it reveals your composure under pressure. There's no place to hide. There's no place to smooth the edits. What actually happens is people see you for who you really are. Oh, how's Keith going to react now? How's Matt going to react to this person? It's a great snapshot for how you're going to act in the real world. And in a world that's continually being manufactured by AI and gloss and polish, going live evens everything. It's the great equalizer. Your ability to hold a live conversation is the great equalizer. Number 2 on my list here this morning about what live reveals when you get into it. Again, ask Rufy. Authenticity over polish. You watch Matt's show? I love it. It's authentic. Is it polished? No. Matt's like, what? Of course it's polished. It's probably not as polished as he'd like it to be. And neither is our show, but it's also kind of the point. Why? It's iterating. It's never done. It's funny because Mark Andreessen, one of the biggest VC capitalists in the world, says, you never want your product to be done because when your product's done, what's next? Think about that. Right? Matt's show is never done. This show is never done. We're always iterating because we're here to be authentic and show you that authenticity over the polish. That is what live reveals. People want to relate. We've been groomed for the last 15, 20 years on polish. Now we're all ready to pull the curtains back and see the reality, see the authenticity. And it's funny because I get tired of hearing this, oh, you got to be authentic, you got to be authentic. What does that mean? I know what it means. Have a live conversation. Jon Andersen burps on the air. No polish there. No polish. Live burps in your ear. Some like it, some don't. But it's live. It's emotional. It connects. It resonates. It draws you in. It encourages you to comment. Number 3 on our list of what live reveals. You ever notice Rufy's energy on his show? Don't you find yourself wanting to lean into it? I do. And I know when people join our show, people will say to me, Keith, I love your energy. I'm like, that's just me. That's just who I am. It's what I'm all about. But you can't feel this energy if it's manufactured behind a recorded piece of content. Sense of it. But it's not in real time. As I'm talking to Good Time or Kindness Rising or Sullivan or Holroyd, who show up daily, getting a sense of the energy. Guys, that energy you bring, that humor, that is influence. Think about that. When you connect with somebody through your emotion, that is influence. They're not acting because of what you're saying. They're acting because they're feeling what you're putting out there. There's a connection. And then last, guys, what else that live reveals to all of us? It's the most important thing. And it's the hardest thing. And in my experience, it's what moves the needle, and it's what's changed my life, and I know it's changed Matt Roof's life. And I'd even argue it's probably changed Melissa's and Jimmy's life too. And it's this idea that consistency is proof. It's actually beyond social proof. Keith and Matt, Melissa, Jimmy, this show's beyond social proof. Because when you show up every morning when others don't, whether it's Christmas morning, Hanukkah morning, after a night of bad decisions, that in itself, nation, that in itself is status. So to those of you that are chasing the vanity metrics, the numbers, the followers, the big number there, metric here, metric there. If you are unable to show up every single day and hold a live conversation, as far as I'm concerned, you have no status. Nope. No status. So if the idea of hosting, holding, creating a live conversation is of interest to you, come knock on my door, come knock on Matt's roof door. The Mornings in the Lab Live Network is just getting started. Big expectations and big plans Guys, we've been putting the work in for the last 2 years. All you have to do is show up. But it's hard. What you do have is you have myself, you have Matt, you have John, who are here to pick you up every single day because we've been doing it. So you're walking into a situation not alone. So there you go, guys. Live reveals 4 things to you. It reveals your composure under pressure. It reveals your authenticity over polish. It reveals your energy as a connection. And most importantly, it eliminates all the social proof. It gives you something better. Roofie, it gives you consistency as proof, and nobody can take that away. Join the live network, guys. The live conversations are starting now. All right. Another fun show here in the banks. Some of you are wondering where Jimmy is. I'm seeing your messages. He's making his way back into the lab. True story. I'm eager to have Jimmy back here. Maybe he'll be around tomorrow, maybe later on this week. I know he'll be back next week for sure. So producer Jimmy's back on the buttons. I'm going to get to the outro here, guys, and walk us out of the lab here today. Marcus Hopkins, I'm sorry it didn't work out, brother. Would have loved to get to know you on the show here today. I can't stress enough, guys. Read the instructions. This is not our first kick at the can. This is not our first rodeo. This is our business. This is what we do for a living. Yep, true story. It's another wrap on the show here, guys. Today we covered a lot of ground. We unpacked how to get roped into Phillips stunts. Yeah, we scanned the news for signals that meteorite versus Tesla. We talked ISS falling into the ocean. We talked about wearables. Keith and Johnny got into a bunch of things here today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about seeds, manosphere, boardrooms to barbells, emotional support water bottles. Yeah, and remote work rituals that stick. Plus, who the hell knows what else is coming up that we're going to throw onto the table as part of tomorrow's Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. So until then, guys, 22 hours from now, 8 o'clock, live conversation right here. YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I appreciate you guys. Maddie, go get that vote in. See you on the spiral staircase. The morning loop. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. 7:30 Eastern time. Kindness rising. We'll see you guys tomorrow.